This is the Illiac Suite, a podcast on AI-driven music. Join me as we dive into the ever-evolving world of AI-generated music, where algorithms become the composers and machines become the virtuosos. Yes, this music and text was written by a computer and I am not real, but
I am, and my name is Dennis Kastrup. Hello humans, welcome to a new episode of the Illiac Suite. I was on a mission the last weeks and looking for the most interesting songs created with the help of an AI at the moment or in the past weeks. Between you and me, I got a little bit lost in this wide open space. There is so much happening out there. Hard to put it into one podcast, but I tried. However, I hope I can offer you a little glimpse into that world by playing some songs and also listening to some of the creators and their thoughts on the music. I talked to musicians about their approach when they create music with the help of AI, but this episode does not work without a disclaimer. Here we go.
What you are about to hear are songs I found online. My research showed me that none of these songs are part of any collecting society worldwide. It is also difficult to reach out to the creators behind the music. Sometimes they do not answer, sometimes they leave no traces, and sometimes I do not even know which part of the music was written or played by them or an AI. So, we are probably currently in the greyest zone ever in the music industry. Nothing has really been sorted out about music in datasets, AI voices, or songs written by AI. Welcome to the Wild Wild West. If you believe your copyrights were infringed by me playing your song, please reach out to me before talking to your lawyers. So far, nothing is legally ruled anyway. We are in this together. I do not have an idea how we will solve all these problems. I'm just trying to find some positive aspects of it. Thanks.
So let's do this. What you hear in the background are the first beats from a song called Banshee in the Rain by an artist called Dall-E. The voice is sung by Grimes, or better, the AI voice of Grimes. She is probably the most known supporter of AI voices right now. The user Wertayn with Banshee in the Rain, I don't know if I pronounced it right, Wertayn. I found the song under the hashtag Grimes AI songs. It was made with Überduck, the AI with which you can make famous voices sing, rap or speak. I guess it is one of the most used AI in the music right now, besides Voicify, when you want it the easy way. The more complex way, use the open source software called Sowitz SVC, Singing Voice Conversation. You need to code a bit, so there's some effort involved, but the results are stunning. You will find all the information about that model on GitHub. The song we heard was part of the competition to create music with the voice of Grimes. This one did not win, but I liked it because, to be honest, not a lot of the songs were good. Unfortunately, I did not find out who the user Where Tyne really is and how he or she made the song, but I found an old quote from Grimes when I interviewed her for her third album in 2012. The closest statement from her on what she is doing today, wanting to push the frontiers in music with her approach to let others use her voice and getting 50% of the royalties of the song, is this following quote.
When I look back on like what is humanity, I'm like, oh, it's like Da Vinci and Shakespeare and like, I don't know, Lydia Lunch and like just anyone who like partook in an artistic cultural dialogue. And that's like what I want to do. Obviously that's a really like ambitious goal or something. And I'm not saying that I'm anywhere near, as qualified or as good as those people are. But I mean, just even trying to do that is like, what else are you going to do with your life? Like, I'm not going to, God forbid I would ever have a job again. Like, I'd rather starve than like work in a restaurant.
I guess she reached that goal with being together or sometimes not being together with Elon Musk. Here is the song that won the Grimes competition, Born to Destroy, created by Max Weisel and Juliana Ronderos.
Born to a God, I was sent to destroy. Tell me, what have I done? Was I just a toy? Obliterated all within my nature of, and now I regret the moment that I realized I killed who I loved, that you cease to exist, broke me. I played God and I lost. Why did you do it? Who even are you? Hopes and dreams of machines, wishing it wasn't true. Obliterated all was in my nature. Now I regret the moment that I realized I killed who I loved, that you cease to exist, broke me. I played God and I lost. Now it's gone, it's gone. I'm alone. Wish I knew that what I know. You created me, knowing I didn't ask to be born.
Born to Destroy with the AI voice from Grimes, from Max Weisel and Juliana Ronderos. I talked to Max, who is an American software engineer and digital artist. He explained me how they created the song.
I've always worked with music and computers. I had previously done like when I first got my start, which is maybe like 12, 13, 14 years ago now, I was doing a lot of like small iOS instruments and things like that. And I actually ended up getting hit up by Bjork. And so I got to work on the Bjork Biophilia album. And so I made a bunch of apps for that. And some of it even got used for composing songs on the record. And then since then, I've delved a lot more into the tech side of things. But music's always been something I've been very passionate about. And when a lot of the AI music stuff started happening, I had actually been slowly chipping away at a different AI music project for a while. And I saw like the Ghostwriter song that was making waves on TikTok and looked into that and saw it was using that Sovit's SVC voice changing AI stuff, which basically is like deluxe timbre transfer for voice. And it was really cool because it was essentially you could, there's something to be said about the familiarity of someone's voice or like a vocalist, and so it was kind of cool to be able to write a song and use a vocalist you're familiar with. And that Ghostwriter song was such a great example. Like, as far as I know, the whole song was written by a person, and he even recorded his own vocals and then used that neural net to change his vocal to sound like Drake and The Weeknd. And so like, you have to be able to write a good song to do it. And he had written this amazing song, and in a way, like, no one would probably have given him the time of day to listen to it if he hadn't used those voices. And it's funny. It's like, you can write a great song, and in a way, it's like 80% still marketing and just getting it in front of people. Funnily enough, so pure coincidence, when that came out, I happened to be in LA, and I saw Bjork there, and I asked her about this, and it was interesting because her kind of take was like, the tech is really interesting, but your voice is sort of like a passport. It's your identity in the world of music, and so allowing anyone to just use that is a little bit scary. And so, and I totally agree with that. I mean, it's interesting to think about how things are going to change. I mean, in the pop world, where you've got pop stars and a room full of producers who compose and produce and do everything, and the pop stars come in and lay down the vocal. Certainly that's not everybody, but there are pop artists like that. This would allow them to potentially at some point not even have to go into the studio, which I think is kind of an interesting dynamic. But yeah, so I was curious to play with it myself, and I saw that Grimes had said that she was going to do a 50-50 split on the master if you made a song that became popular. And so I was already kind of looking at it, and then this UberDuck competition came out, and I actually only had like a weekend to do it, like a day and a half. And so I sat down, tried to make something quick. My friend Huli, who's in a band called Salt Cathedral, I've been talking to her about this stuff for years, and so that weekend rolled around. I was like, Huli, you need to help me. Like, I can produce the track, but I'm not good with lyrics. And so we just sat down and in a day basically wrote that song, and Huli wrote all the lyrics, and I did the melody and the production, and we kind of just slowly noodled on it until it was perfect. And but yeah, and we went for a piano ballad because I was like, cool, I got to do piano, bass line. That's about it. I really wanted to do like a really cool Grimes, like distorted guitars type song, but yeah, just didn't have the time to do it. Yeah. So anyway, so we did that in a weekend and put it out. I mean, for what it's worth, I do not think objectively we were the best song. I think part of it is it's somewhat of a popularity contest, and posting it to Instagram is a good way to get a lot of your friends and fans to go vote for stuff. But that's kind of how I got into it.
I guess one thing we should consider these days is that, in my opinion, it is still not clear to many people how AI music is made. They hear AI music and think pushing some buttons makes a good song. That is definitely not like this. As Max just told you, there's a lot of work on top of it, also for the voice.
So I tried it originally, and my vocal register is probably too low. But so Huli sang all the vocals, and then we uploaded them to UberDuck and I actually used the RVC model. I thought it sounded better. And it's kind of wild because at first Huli, I think, kind of just sang in her style, and the output was pretty amazing. Like it even adds like the little, like, there's little details in Grimes' voice that really make it sound like Grimes that it would add. It would even add lisps here and there occasionally. And then after playing with it, I think Huli started to try and almost do like a Grimes impression. You don't have to do it too much, but maybe just in the way you sing and in the way you change pitch. But with that, it's like you get your little wave file, you upload it to UberDuck, they run it through that SVC or RVC model, and out comes almost the exact same clip. Funnily enough, I still had to. All of the clips came out a little flat, and so I had to like auto-tune them, and I would sit in Melodyne and tweak them so the vocal, same thing you do to any vocal, you're going to compress it, you're going to tweak it a little bit so it to get the best pieces to put together the best vocal performance that you can. But for the most part, you press a button and it turns it from one person's voice into another.
So yes, there are AIs where you define the patterns by just clicking and music comes out also for the voice. But normally that music is not that good, right? Means, for me, there will be no good AI music out there if the musicians producing it are not already good musicians who know how to make good music. That's my opinion. Well, the most known example for this so far is Cold Touch. The producer Kaito provided the beats, and the Scottish vocalist Nina Nesbitt then fed through Grimes' new AI platform ElfTech her voice. Nina is a professional singer whose voice is not too far away from Grimes.
Fool me like I'm yours forever. You could be the one that made me cry. Lay me up inside. I'm sleeping in your worn out sweater. I'm just trying to learn to read the signs. Won't you tell me why? Oh, why? Blue blood, cold touch, you could let me all night. I should switch up, talking to the wall. I'm gone, you were never mine. I can feel the breeze. Baby, I am a machine. I don't know what love means. I can feel the breeze. I just want the real thing to feel it. I want you to hurt me, to hold me close. Take what you need, get you down on the knees, wanna make me scream. Blue blood, cold touch, you could let me all night. I just switch up, talking to the boy. I'm gone, you were never mine. I can feel the breeze. Baby, I am a machine. I don't
Cold Touch by Kaito featuring the voice of Grimes featuring Nina Nesbitt from Scotland. I have for you another AI voice, a cover of a Turkish singer called Tuğçe Kandemir, sorry for my pronunciation. The song is called Yalnız. The original has 144 million views, I guess a mega hit in Turkey. Let's play a game. Which famous American singer is that supposed to be?
Sadece alıştım baştan acı günlere. Zor ama belki de beni ekecek. Sorma sarmışım aşkı saklı dünlere. Bekledim günlere elbet değecek. Her şey yolunda gibi gözüküyor oradan. Bıraktım zamana geride kanana dayanabildim çoktan. Dedim ki vardı yaramı yamalayıp sardım. Tam derman derken fark ettim. Yol uzundu aşkım, benim gözüm ama yaşlı. Anlatamadım taştım, baştan yanlıştı. Yol uzundu aşkım, benim gözüm ama yaşlı. Anlatamadım taştım, baştan yanlıştı. Sadece alıştım baştan acı günlere. Zor ama belki de beni edecek. Sorma sarmışım aşkı saklı dünlere. Bekledim günlere elbet değecek. Her şey yolunda gibi gözüküyor oradan. Bıraktım zamana geride kalana dayanabildim çoktan. Dedim ki vardı yaramı yamalayıp sardım. Tam derman belki fark ettim. Yol uzundu aşkım,
Did you get it? Who was it? Who is this supposed to be? The musician who is singing here in Turkish is supposed to be Rihanna. I get it, but I still think the voice is far away from the real Rihanna, and you can hear the glitches also sometimes in there. I reached out to the uploader and profile called Mixbony, because I wanted to know how he did it, but unfortunately I did get no response. He must have had a voice singing it, or did he have a clean voice of the original song? I will unfortunately stay in the dark. There is also another Ariana Grande song in Turkish by the same uploader, Mixbony. If you are interested, check it out. By the way, thanks AI for showing me the beauty of Turkish music. Talking about beauty, the discussion about AI and music has been speeding up lately because of a user named Ghostwriter and his album Sincerely Aubrey, a new full Drake album with the AI voice of Drake and others like The Weeknd, Kanye West or Kendrick Lamar. My thoughts on this: the album is good, the music is good. Are the voices all not real? Could be. Could it be AI? Yes, but it could also be just real. It is so confusing these days. Or is it a promotional stunt? What speaks against this? The reaction of Universal Music, which took it down, seems like they were not amused, although they argued it was because of a sample in it. The beats are great, it is good produced, so who is Ghostwriter? I don't know. Be prepared. This is just the beginning of confusion. Because theoretically, in the future, stars could also sing and claim the song was made by an AI. Or the other way around. I mean, these AIs will get so good. But in the end, is it really important to know that a song was sung by an AI or not? If it touches you, it is your song, no matter who sang it. Okay, concerning copyrights and royalties, it is important who sang it. But who gets them anyway? The owner of the voice, the producer of the song, the programmer of the AI, the musicians in the datasets? More about these problems in one of the following episodes here on the Illiac Suite. So again, is it important to know who did write a song? I say no, not for the music pleasure. Take your song, do whatever you want to do with it. If you like it, if you love it, just dance and shout to it. And to prove that, I have my friend Sarah McKenzie from the famous Music Montreal Festival telling us now a story about what happened to her in New York a couple of weeks ago. Sarah.
This past April, I experienced a very uncanny and surreal nightlife experience featuring artificial intelligence as a main character. I was at a party in Brooklyn and the night was coming to a close, and all of a sudden the DJ puts on this track and the crowd absolutely explodes. And what was that track? Well, it was the AI created Drake song, and I absolutely just couldn't believe the reaction of people who were there. People were dancing, shouting the lyrics, having emotional reactions. It was absolute euphoria, and it was just as if it was an actual real Drake song, which kind of begs the question, do people even care if it's really Drake or not? To be continued.
And of course, here it is, Heart on My Sleeve.
I came in with my ex like Selena, the flex, bumping Justin Bieber, the fever and left, she know what she need, or she blessed, giving me my best, yeah. Got my heart on my sleeve with a knife in my back, what's with that, 21, I love him, that my brother, that's where it's at, Metro made the beat, so you know that it's gon' slap, yeah, it's gon' slap, son, run it back. Talking to a diva, yeah, she on my nerves. She think that
Okay, maybe I don't play that song too long, because of some reasons you heard earlier on the show. One thing that is obvious in these days of music is that AI creates a lot of rap music. To understand how that works, I reached out to Matt Chu, who you can find under the profile MelloFlowz, that's his artist name. I talked to him, and that's what he says about himself.
About 15 years ago, over 15 years ago, I started writing raps because I joined a a rap message boards online, and this was strictly for battle rap. So they would organize tournaments and online battles where I would be set up against another MC on the boards. We have a couple of days to write, and then we record something on our own ends and upload it to various hosts, and we would listen to it. Others would listen to it. People would vote, and that's really how I got my foot in the door as far as hip hop goes. It all started for battle rap for me. So I always held like punchlines and complexity and that type of stuff as in high importance over like pop and vibes and that kind of stuff. And yeah, my brother as well, he joined me in that enterprise, and he started making beats, and we just started making our own songs together. It kind of evolved into a lot of different genres. Mainly it was like gangster rap and trap music, or like old school type of thoughtful type of messages.
Matt raps and his voice is transformed into the voice, for example, of Jay-Z, the Notorious B.I.G. or Tupac.
I really want you to feel me on this. I find myself thinking about my father drinking, missing up at the house, my mama kicking me out. I look at them and me now, what do I see having children's about? I'm one of many trying to figure this out, and I've been known for getting around. You might have heard me digging it out with your bitch on the couch. I'm trying to be responsible for the kids, so I found some middle ground. Bitch, take the stick in your mouth, I'm just a man, I admit it. The plans I envision is evolving faster than the man with the spirit. Yes, I am quite ambitious, I'll be back in a minute, girl. I'm trying to rule the fucking world, don't you know I'm just a man? I'm just a man. It's obvious I came a long way, gotta hand it to me. Murderous with every clip, like a pack of Uzi. This is how sunsets and burning Cali do me. After all that's happened to me, now you can't refute me. One of the greatest, simulate one of the greatest. Did you got one of the greatest, you're witnessing greatness. I'm just trying to be myself, if that makes sense. Baby, have patience, I'm just a man.
MelloFlowz with Just a Man from Tupac, by Tupac's voice, with Tupac's AI voice. I think we have to find out what we will say in the future. I wanted to know more about Mello, so how did he write this song?
Yeah, I was just curious about how it was done, so I started doing a little bit of research, and I found out that it's extremely accessible. Just with one link, you could get access to a Google collaboration session. And right there, they have this really messed up interface. It's not very nice to look at, but you know, it's pretty straightforward. You just connect to it. You upload your audio files, which is your vocal files, to the to your Google Drive, and you share access to your drive onto the Google Collaborate session. And then from there, the tool can actually grab your files, and you choose through like this ugly drop down one of their many voice models that they have currently available, and it takes quite a while, and it'll time you out if you're too slow. Also, if you have a ton of files, but you choose one of your files, you choose the output model, and there's a whole bunch of little settings that you could tweak, and what it spits out is the model trying its best to convert your voice or whatever you give it into the artist's voice. So you could just be blabbering, saying nonsense, but it would come out in the target voice.
Here is another example, the Notorious B.I.G. and Eminem together, I Wonder.
It's too easy to rip it. I keep telling them we fellas in, still getting paid Benjamins. Fuck haters, straight to hell what we sending them. Sometimes I wonder if this gang life ever ends.
I was sent here to fuck them up, and if this verse ain't enough, I'll be the first one to knuckle up. Kiss my ass, bitch, pucker up. What the fuck, dumbass slut? Don't touch the drug shoved up my butt. I was saving that for later, but later is now. May as well now let you play this shit out. I'm talking about me getting reckless, crazy and wild. That's what you wanted, isn't it? Well then say that shit loud. I've been waiting to cut loose again. The future brings whatever the fuck comes out this booth I'm in. If you my enemy, then you refuse to win. I keep it 100, just like the proof I drink.
It's too easy to rip it. I keep telling them we fellas in, still getting paid Benjamins. Fuck haters, straight to hell what we sending them. Sometimes I wonder if this gang life ever ends.
MelloFlowz rapping with the voices of Eminem and the Notorious B.I.G. Talking one more time about the voices, because that is what got me interested in MelloFlowz. Matt says on his profile that with rapping, he feels that the voices of others help him encourage to say things he wouldn't normally say. That is very interesting, and I wanted to know more about this.
Okay, the beats, I just downloaded them from producers that uploaded it to beatstars.com. I just go there, I search for free beats. So those are free to download, free for any promotional use. So I just download them. Whatever vibe I get from them, I feel like, oh, this artist would sound great on this beat. So I then write the lyrics from my own perspective. These are all, my own perspectives when I write, but with the mindset that this artist will be saying it for me, kind of. So I try to pick a flow, write for a particular flow that meshes well with my target voice. So yeah, everything I write, I don't pretend to be them. I write it as myself. It's just being said through their voice eventually. With a voice like, for example, Tupac, I just feel more comfortable saying certain things. Of course, I don't feel like that gives me a free card to like say the N-word and that type of stuff. But just to be more gutter, to be more vulgar, I could use different voices, and I feel like that allows me to get away with it more. Because if it's just my voice, I don't know, it just doesn't sound like like I should be saying those things. But if it's from their voice, it's almost expected and very much more acceptable. It's definitely more free. I feel liberated. And in the song that I made with the Jay-Z voice, that's exactly what it's about. It's called The Ruins, as in like this is the ruins of music, of creating music. Like everything is ruined basically. Like I have the freedom to make something that I want to hear, and if I want to hear Jay-Z saying this stuff, well, I have the resources to do it. So I want to make that kind of music, and that whole song is basically talking about how myself, Mello, can write these bars from my perspective, but have another voice say it, and it's completely limitless. I'm not tied down to any particular voice or any kind of limitations in that sense at all. And I can make artists collaborate that would never normally collaborate. Of course, we could bring artists back from the dead this way, and it's just super liberating. Like I feel like it's endless.
Yes. Yeah. Gotta celebrate it, I feel liberated. Kill the game in new ways, cause I'm innovative. Crazy how I'm making more noise with my own voice for this generation. Watch me generate it, still dropping the hardest balls. That's how we fall, giving y'all what they hardly are. This is spiritually lifting, this my R&R. Non-stop, throw me beats like Mardi Gras. I'm so limitless, not definitive, not finite. This the high life, and this is my right. Shit that I write, shit that I lay down, spit in my mic. I might be a freak of nature now. Don't know if I can make it out. I make a sound, then I take it out, and I still say something that they gotta think about. Fuck it, I mean, is it really my fault? I got the skill and the resources to hear what I want. Before this, I was chopping and screwing and auto-tuning. Welcome to the fucking ruins. I kinda like it here, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, it's really me in here.
MelloFlowz with The Ruins in the style of Jay-Z. I think it's actually pretty good. The lyrics, the beats, and the rapping, the original rapping or the rapping of Jay-Z. I don't know, make your decision. And here I would like to end with some thoughts for you. Pop music is full of stars who never wrote one lyric or note by themselves. Elvis was the first example of that. He just took ideas and people wrote kind of songs for him. What you see in the modern pop music world these days is full of autotune. Ghostwriter, I mean not the Drake one, so real ghostwriters who write the lyrics for others. Producers who write the beats or even buy them for others. I worked for a big major label a bit, and I know that this world was always fake and will be. Do not believe the stories they tell you. They just want to sell and make money. All this business model is now in the hands maybe of one person at home who can let their biography be written by ChatGPT, music also, and lyrics can be made by an AI. And for visuals, you have Midjourney, Dall-E, and so on. But you can do this as much as you want. If you are not a real musician by heart, a real artist, you will never succeed with AI music, because in the end, it is you who decides what to do with it. AI will stay an amazing tool for creative people, but the question remains, who will get paid for that? I have no idea so far where this will go. I will keep you updated. Maybe in some years I know here on the Illiac Suite what to tell you. I just hope that everyone who deserves it to get paid gets a share of the cake. Say it in other words, all of you get lucky whatever you do. Sung by Frank Sinatra, made by the AI Hit Factory using voice cloning technology and the new tone orchestral song Get Lucky, because that's also AI music, a pool of foolish, stupid and sometimes a bit funny ideas.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, old Blue Eyes here with a twist on a tool you may know. You see, we're dusting out for top hats, shining our dancing shoes, and we're taking a little trip from the sands to St. Tropez. So sit back, relax, and let's get lucky, Sinatra style. Like the legend of the Phoenix, outlandish with beginning. Get the planet spinning, the force of the beginning. We come too far to give up to the art. She's up all night for girl fun. I'm up all night to get like me. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for girl fun. We're up all night to get like me. 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 We're up all night to get. We're up all night to get like me. We're up all night to get. We're up all night to get like me. Has no limit.
That was episode 2 of the Illiac Suite.
Your gift keeps on giving.
I hope you enjoyed it.
What is this I'm feeling?
Thanks for listening, humans.
If you wanna live, I'm ready.
Take care and behave.
We come to Rough all night to get like ye. Rough all night to the sun. Rough all night to get some. Rough all night to get far. Rough all night to get like ye. Rough all night to get like. Rough all night to get like ye. Rough all night to get like. Rough all night to get like ye. Rough all night to get. Rough all night to get. Rough all night to get like ye. Rough all night to get like ye.